So instead of us as South Africans just trying to back him up into a corner, like with these kinds of questions that these journalists ask, Woody, why can't we just adopt solar? Yeah, we are trying to get away from carbon emission. Why can't you just adopt solar? As if it's something that Mr. Ramokgopa can say, okay, from today, we are no longer using coal, no more carbon emission. Today, South Africa is solar. As if Mr. Ramokgopa can do that. But what I like about him is that he's able to explain the whole process. Okay, you say, why can't we do this? We can't do this because of this and this and this. But we are not saying we are not going to do it. If we do this and this and this, we will do it. He knows what he's speaking about. But people, instead of focusing on the positives that this man is bringing, they like always to focus on the negatives. Always to focus on the negatives. I'm not saying this man is perfect, but he did something for this country.
Show me a country in the world that base load is supported by solar. It doesn't exist. But that does not mean that our commitment to decarbonization is undermined. I said when I started, it's in the interest of the South Africa and her people and the economy. We'll make that case. If we are squashed, but we'll be able to illustrate in numbers. It's not a binary question. I keep on making. It's not fossil fuels or renewables. It's both. It's the pace with which you move, the extent to which you are able to replenish. I have told you that in the next few 12 months or so, you could be taking out about close to 2,000 megawatts. Show me where are we going to retrieve it. The example of Komati, as I speak to you, the last unit was 100 megawatts that was taken out. In total, it was 1,000 megawatts. It's replaced by wind, solar, that combination. And then it guarantees you, at least at base load, I think it's about 170 megawatts or about 200 megawatts. So you remove 1,000 megawatts, you replace it with, let's use the high end, 250 megawatts. Tell me where's the math there? Is the interest of the country, South Africa, and her people. And that doesn't mean that we are not, we are committed. It's a decision of cabinet. Government has taken that decision. Our nationally determined contribution, our net zero path, is the pace with which you get there. That's the point that we are raising here.
Well, you know, I'm not saying this man, Mr. Ramokgopa, is perfect. I am not saying this man, Mr. Ramokgopa, the Minister of Electricity, is an angel sent by God to come and save the people of South Africa from this crisis of electricity that we've been experiencing in this country for many years. I don't want to even get started on the issue of load shedding. A lot of people lost money, businesses because of that thing. So it was a very, very big problem that a lot of people failed to solve in this country. Mr. Ramokgopa came in and things changed. We can act as if we don't see the positives that Mr. Ramokgopa has brought in this country when it comes to the issue of load shedding. We can all act as if we don't see that thing, but we all do. It's just that as South Africans, we have this kind of attitude that I don't really like. And I won't stop saying this. We know Uguti South Africa has a lot of flaws. We still have a lot of problems. We still have a lot of people who are a problem in this country. Corruption, crime. There's a lot of things that are not good with South Africa. Things that we would love to change. But whenever there's something positive that is happening in this country, or someone who is doing something positive, it doesn't matter on which scale. As long as someone is doing something better than their predecessor, as South Africans, let us not act as if we don't see that thing. A lot of people tried to solve the issue of load shedding in this country and failed. Mr. Ramokgopa came in and things got better. Personally, where I stay, I don't even remember when last I went a day without electricity. And I'm not saying this to flex on the people who are still experiencing what is that one, load reduction, because there's still some places out there who are still having blackouts, even though it's no longer intense as the way it was during the load shedding thing. But there are still some places out there who are still experiencing some blackouts. Where I stay personally, there's no load shedding at all. There's no load reduction. The only time maybe there's no electricity, maybe a transformer exploded or something like that. But the issue of load shedding or going for many hours without electricity, no. Even when the transformer explodes, maybe they just fix it same day or the following day. So it's not that much of an inconvenience. And all of this happened after Mr. Ramokgopa started being the man in charge of this whole issue of electricity in South Africa. Out of all the people that Ramaphosa has brought forward in this country, this man has done a lot of work compared to all the people who came before him. Let us not act as if we don't see that thing. And what I love about Mr. Ramokgopa, I'm not saying he's perfect, I'm not saying he's an angel, but what I love about him is that you can clearly tell this person knows what he's speaking about. Just listening to this video that I played at the beginning, it's not hard for you to hear this man actually knows what he's saying. He is not there by mistake. He was not put there by mistake. He actually understands the whole thing of electricity. It's not hard for you to tell, which is something that I can't say about other ministers out there. Most of these ministers are running ministerial departments that they don't even understand what's going on there. A person has never been dead. A person has never studied that. A person has never worked at that, but he's running that. How does that happen? Look at Enji Motshekga. Enji Motshekga is the Minister of Defense in this country. He's the Minister of Defense. How much does Enji Motshekga know about defense? In fact, let me not get into that, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. There are people who are in positions that they don't really understand. But you can tell this man, Mr. Ramokgopa, this position that he's occupying, he knows what he's speaking about, which then makes it easy to see why he was able to bring a certain kind of change when it comes to this issue of electricity, a certain kind of progress, even though maybe it is not there where we want it, but there is some change. It's not hard to tell this person did that because he knows what he's doing. So instead of us as South Africans just trying to back him up into a corner, like with these kinds of questions that these journalists ask, why can't we just adopt solar? Yeah, we are trying to get away from carbon emission. Why can't you just adopt solar? As if it's something that Mr. Ramokgopa can say, okay, from today, we are no longer using coal, no more carbon emission. Today, South Africa is solar. As if Mr. Ramokgopa can do that. But what I like about him is that he's able to explain the whole process. Okay, you say, why can't we do this? We can't do this because of this and this and this. But we are not saying we are not going to do it. If we do this and this and this, we will do it. He knows what he's speaking about. But people, instead of focusing on the positives that this man is bringing, they like always to focus on the negatives. Always to focus on the negatives. I'm not saying this man is perfect, but he did something for this country. 2025, he did something to make sure we don't go to bed without lights, to make sure our businesses do not shut down because of a lack of electricity. Most people were able to make sure they resurrect their businesses because most businesses had died these past years when load shedding was a big problem. I'm not saying let's just clap hands for him, wire, until he starts feeling himself. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the little that he has done, let us appreciate that so that he can focus more and try to do more until the point South Africa experiences no blackouts. No one in South Africa will say, nah, there's no electricity because of this and this. That's just what I wanted to talk about in today's video. Tell me on the comment section, what do you think about this man Ramokgopa? Because I think he's the right person for this job and he knows what he's speaking about, and I think we should try and appreciate him more so that he doesn't get demotivated and continue doing the good work that he's doing. Or maybe you don't agree with me. Tell me on the comment section why you think Mr. Ramokgopa is not the correct man for this job, and try to tell us who do you think would do a better job than this man in this position of Minister of Electricity. Tell me on the comment section down below. But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.